Good afternoon. Headingley Leeds. It's the final. One more game campaign for one of today's teams, and that's an appointment with our friendly neighbourhood Piemen, who demolished Bradford last Friday by 50 points to 20 at Old Trafford, Manchester, in the Premiership final, which is to be staged next Sunday. You're with Micron Video, the leaders in Rugby League Video, and my name's Ron Hoof, and we're in for a cracking game, aren't we, this afternoon? Thanks very much for joining us. For both sets of spectators, Leeds and St Helens, it's the last game of the season at, obviously, it's Headingley, and Saints to play the last game at Nosey Road. Thanks for staying with us all season, and we look forward, obviously, to seeing you at the start of next season after the Premiership final. The Leeds side for this afternoon's clash: Alan Tate at full-back, Jim Fallon, Kevin Iro, Craig Innes and Francis Cummins are the three quarters. Gary Schofield and Graham Holroyd. Schofield is captain with the absence of Ellery Hanley. Harvey Howard, James Lowes and Assini for Milo in the front row. George Mann, Rich Ears and Gary Mercer the back three. Marcus Vasilakopoulos and Neil Harmon are on the bench. Bobby Golding there, centre field, captain for the Saints with the absence of Shane Cooper. And the Saints team is Steve Prescott at full-back, Alan Hunt, David Lyon, Paul Loughlin and Anthony Sullivan. Tommy Martin and Bobby Golding, the half-back pairing. Apollo Parolini, Kieran Cunningham and Ian Pickavance the front row. Villa Matatia, Sonny Nickel, Phil Vevers the back with Mark Elia and Chris Morley on the bench. The Saints are playing down to the sponsors' box end here at Headingley. The Lioners playing up there to the electric scoreboard end. The referee is Mr. Stuart Cummins from Widnes, and we're ready for the action. Saints to receive first. They take it up. Leeds moving quickly. Obviously the opening encounters will be very fiery and very hard tackling. Nothing more than we can expect. Saints still have the possession, moving it cross field. Sonny Nichols straight up the middle. The referee of this first set of six. Saints bring it short side, it's chipped through. Tommy Martin with the bridge behind, puts too much beef on it, and Alan Tate recovers it from the end goal area. Leeds will restart from the centre of the 20. Leeds again, James Lowes moving it right. SNA for Milo. Good George Mann and Gary Mercer, three Kiwis and three good strong runners. And then you've got two more Kiwis in the centre. Nairo and Craig Innes. Saints penalised there, flopping, holding the man down. First penalty of the game. And Graham Holroyd finds touch on the main stand side. That's Headingley. The pitch looks rather blustery, the wind blowing down to the sponsors' box end. That's going to be the advantage to the Saints in this first half. And it all depends if the Saints can put that wind to their advantage. Leeds still have the possession, moving it cross field. Long cut-out pass. Still moving the ball, the Leeds. Still spreading it. The Saints have got to move in and tackle them. Kevin Iro, the man in possession. Leeds play it quickly. Move it blindside, going for the corner. Saints penalised, are they, for offside? As Leeds, they certainly played it quickly, moved away from the action. As you can see there, not much space, right approaching the Saints line. And Leeds bring it in. Looks like George Mann in possession. The ex-Saint. Lofted pass. Schofield. Out there, Innes. Inside ball to Cummins. Cummins cuts through, and Cummins for the first score. The clock, and Leeds open the scoring. Cummins with a try. Leeds played it well. They did have a penalty. It's moved up quickly. I think it was James Lowes that played it quickly. He moved it up. Saints were penalised for offside. Then the ball was kicked into touch, and from the resulting play, it went to Schofield. Schofield with a long cut-out pass to Innes. Innes took into this left-hand corner. Cummins came in, slipped it into Cummins, and he sighed through the feeble Saints defence there and went in for the first 4-pointer. Beaten finalists at Wembley against Wigan. The conversion coming in there, Holroyd tags the extras on, and Leeds are on the way with 6 points to nil lead after 4 minutes. Leeds without the injured skipper Ellery Hanley, who's reputed to have played his last game for the Loiners. The 650,000. For Halifax in the first round of the Premiership. But Leeds have the possession. They've got to try and get something. Obviously the States have to get something out of the season as well. But got down the cleaning at the tackle. And again, Saints are pegging them back in or just outside their own 20, but still keeping them in their own half. Blindside ploy, ball kicked through. Saints gather the possession and Leeds move in very quickly. Once again, Saints with not a lot of room to move. Straightening up, strong running, approaching the halfway line. Saints in possession, trailing by 6 points to nil. Leeds penalised there, interference at the play of the ball. Saints move it up quickly. Leeds now get back on side. 2 rugby footballs on the pitch, and now Kieran Cunningham will restart. Referee Stuart Cummins organises his troops. It's Nickel, he drives hard, 15 metres from the Leeds line. Saints want to get back with a score. Apollo Perolini, 5 metres short. Cunningham at dummy half. Golding running the angles. Golding drawing the defence in. Went out there, Saints couldn't take it. Cummins comes away with it. David Lyon couldn't take the ball cleanly. Leeds get possession. Alan Tate has it. James Lowes at dummy half. On Mercer. Left ball there. Martin came in under Iro. Still didn't stop him. Iro takes it centre field. 10 metres from his own line. Strong running, Richie Ayres. Ankle tap by Cunningham. Leeds move it right. And Leeds still throwing it about, but Saints pegging him there in the 20. For Milo, breaks through. He's got support with him. Can he outpace the Saints defence? Leeds forced into touch, solid tackling on that far side. Good tackling from the Saints as they move in. But an excellent break by Milo. Leeds were stuck more or less in their own 20. Just outside, got through. Milo brought through, onto Schofield. It was slipped out, but the Saints cover defence held, and it'll be a scrum down with the Saints head and ball. Now it's the Saints' turn to grit the teeth, get down and try to get out of their own 20-metre area. 8 minutes gone on the clock. In possession. Now it's Sonny Nickel, brings it blindside. Good tackle there. Innes moved in. And it's the last one of this set of 6. as Golding puts it low. It's touched Alan Tate, it's all on. Saints are going to move up quickly. Leeds not back in numbers, the tackling will have to be firm. Lyon and Hunt complete it. Cummins steps up at the acting half-back position. George Mann now, the ex-Saint, runs right into Via Matatia. Saints' newest recruit, the Western Samoan. Now it's with Mercer. Saints keeping it moving for Milo again. Oh, Milo! Touchline! Well, he's coming in his left, couldn't take it. And now Leeds move again. I think the ball's been moved forward. Kevin Iro touched it. And Alan Tate, I think it is, receiving treatment just to the right of your picture as the scrum downs form. Saints head and ball. So on 2 occasions in the last 2 or 3 minutes, Saints have nearly been caught, but good cover defence. That's going to be the order of the day today for both these sides. Tight tackling. It's got to be firm, hard and fair tackling. And as we know, a place at Old Trafford next Sunday for today's victors. An infringement there at the play of the ball, and scrum down with a Leeds feed this time. Holroyd to feed. Blindside ploy. Tate running round the blind side. He's taken down. A big gap over here on the left. Francis Cummins wing. The acting halfback just lost his footing there. Now it's with Schofield. Drop off pass inside there. The Leeds keep it going. Approaching the Saints line, can they score? They're pressing well there, the Saints tackling, they're held firm. Leeds move it out, Saints defence tested again. The referee's looking, they're only inches short of Leeds. And Saints penalised for offside. So another chance here as Leeds play it quickly. They move it over to the left, Schofield. Iro looping over here. It brings Cummins in, and Iro, is he forced into touch? He is now. The ball was loose there, whether he's released it. Saints come up with it. Had his flag up. As Leeds again had a penalty for offside on the main stand side, moved it quickly over to the south stand. But the tackling was firm, and Iro forced into touch. Saints come out with possession. 6-0 the score, Leeds in the lead, 11.5 minutes gone on the clock. Saints breaking through. Sullivan at dummy half, inside ball. Loughlin involved there. Along the line, Vivers in at the loose forward berth. The experience of Vivers, but the absence of the experience of Shane Cooper. Kick downfield, Golding, does he find touch? An ex-liner is Bobby Golding. Played with 4 of the top team, but good cover defence as Golding comes up. The ball has to be played quickly. Well, Saints are penalised, but surely Leeds were hanging back there who didn't play the ball quickly enough. They hadn't got, well, they only had one player, the acting half-back back there, but the referee comes in and says there was an infringement by the Saints players at the play of the ball. Leeds have the penalty. Holroyd will find touch. As I said about Bobby Golding, played here at Leeds, played with Wigan, played with Widnes, now at St Helens, and more or less pledged his future to St Helens. And I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get the captaincy as he has today for next season. Shane Cooper unfortunately played his last game for Saints, not been offered a contract. George Mann, inside ball to Laws, support there by Leeds. Laws breaks out of the tackle, he releases it there. Was it Mercer coming through? He couldn't take the ball cleanly. No, I think it was Alan Tate, I beg your pardon. It was Alan Tate coming through, he couldn't take it cleanly when Leeds had exposed a big gap in the Saints defence once again. Holding the Saints player's foot is the indication. The Saints have the penalty. Bobby Golding finds touch. Saints will restart about 25 metres from the Leeds line. Apollo Perolini, the first man driving through. Perolini well taken, a cluster of Leeds forwards moving. Cunningham out to Pickavance. Well, a big hit there on Pickavance. Familo was round the base. Golding sided up by Sullivan. He has to come in field, but the Leeds players moving quickly. Quick play the ball by Sullivan. He's held just short. The in-goal touch judge was right there. He's held up on his back. That'll be a scrum down, a 10-metre scrum with a Saints head and feed. With Sullivan being held up in possession over the line, Saints will regain possession from the scrum, or as they should think, hopefully they'll regain possession. Golding will feed it. Cunningham, inside ball there, David Lyon. Tommy Martin, I beg his pardon, to David Lyon. Vivers at dummy half. Looking for the runners, Loughlin, Martin. Out to Alan Hunt. Couldn't take it cleanly. Is it all on? Has the ball been knocked forward? Will the knock on from Alan Hunt be given? Leeds couldn't capitalise on that loose play. But Alan Hunt was well closed down there. Cummins moved in with the lofted ball. Quarter of an hour gone. Saints obviously have the psychological advantage of doing the double over the line as this season. A tightly contested game at Knowsley Road, 25 points to 18. And another tightly contested one here only a few weeks ago, where the Saints came away with a 31 points to 20 victory over Leeds. Mercer, lovely drop-off ball there to Richie Ayres. Short, crisp passing. Leeds move it left. George Mann, he straightens up. Lowe's gives the dummy, drives it up the main stand side. Saints finally wrestle him to the ground. Paul Loughlin moves in. Holroyd with a testing up and under. Prescott moves under it, took it well. Certainly end-to-end game, with both teams moving the ball out. Leeds perhaps with more chances than the Saints. And Sonny Nicol trying to draw the Leeds defence in. Nicol breaks through, pushes the tacklers off, makes good yardage, does Sonny Nicol. Perolini. Familo and Howard in at the tackle. Golding, short ball, Pickavance, gives the dummy, pushes again out of the tackle. Leeds forced to defend. It's the last tackle of this set of 6. Saints have the possession, and they put it high. First tester for Leeds. The ball bounces. Perolini comes away with it. Martin out to Nicol. Nicol out to David Lyon. Tommy Martin loops round. Can he squeeze it in the corner? He can't, but Prescott can. Super try by Steve Prescott. In at the corner, puts the Saints back on the board at 6 points to 4. But that was a tester there on the last tackle. Leeds ended up in second position in the league. The Saints ended up in 4th. The seedings have gone to 1 to 4, all winning. Obviously, Saints have been playing Wigan and Leeds have been playing Castleford. But Castleford got knocked out by Warrington. Wigan certainly disposed of Warrington last Friday. They're in the Premiership final, as I said before. And today's victors will be joining them at that good day at Old Trafford next Sunday. Saints have the possession. Leeds penalised in infringement at the play of the ball. Referee Cummins speaking to Harvey Howard, I think it is, he's bringing him out. He must have pulled him up for a high tackle. And Bobby Golding kicks over to the main stand side to give Saints about 25 metres, 30 metres advantage there, and an ideal platform for them to build up. and see if they can put this set of 6 to good use. Just crossing the Headingley whitewash. Perellini straightens up. Perellini driving for the line. 5 metres short. Excellent drive from this big Western Samoan. Golding onto Matatier, and Matatier's in to the right of the sticks. Isn't he delighted with that? Super try there by Matatier. The spade work done by his fellow countryman Apollo Perellini. And on the 20-minute mark, Saints going in for the second try in the space of 3 minutes. Saints brought it into centre field. Apollo Perellini was held down 5 metres short. The resulting play, Golding brought Matatier, who was coming through at pace, onto a short ball, and the big Western Samoan went in unopposed. Golding converts it. Saints have... So after Leeds having all of the... In 15 minutes we can see, or more or less all of the play. They got an early try in the second minute, exposed a big hole in the Saints defence, and then Saints buckled down, withstood some pressure from the Leeds outfit, and got over for 2 tries in the space of 3 minutes. Straight kick there by Leeds, right at the posts, against the breeze, and it's a really strong breeze here at Headingley. But Vivers bringing the ball out, and he'll start a testimonial season with Phil Vivers next season. Bernard Dwyer currently in a testimonial season for the Saints, but had a lot of injury problems this season. Sonny Nicol breaks out of the tackle, he drives again. Dougie Lawton will have to have words with his charges here. The tackling is not up to standard, certainly not up to his standard. Saints making the yardage, crossing, Golding sees the gap, long cut-out pass, Loughlin couldn't take it. He had Sullivan on his outside. Golding had exposed the Leeds defence again, scythe through the gap. Lofted ball, meant for Loughlin. It's always difficult in the breeze whether you're playing against it or with it. It was on the last tackle and the turnover is instituted, and Iro comes away with it. He didn't play the ball correctly, did Kevin Iro? What's the referee's decision? He's given a scrum down. Well, I would have thought if he hadn't played the ball correctly, it should have been a penalty. But the referee has ruled the scrum down. Golding to feed. Saints in a good attacking position. Been in this position numerous occasions. The ball taken on the blind side. Vivers. Now it's with Matatier. He drives again. 5 metres short. This Leeds defence is going to be tested. Cunningham at dummy half. Leeds break quickly. Martin. Lyon for the corner. Lyon, can he squeeze in? He can't. He's moving forward. Alan Hunt turns it inside. Good hands by Martin. Golding draws Perellini in. Perellini takes the tackle for Milo. Excellent tackle by for Milo and Mercer. Golding again. On to Pickavance, but solid tackling again. Pickavance has lost possession. Is it all on? Cunningham touches down just in case. But it's a scrum down, Leeds feed this time. Pickavance couldn't control the ball, but what a concerted lot of pressure by the Saints pressing forward, but the Leeds tackling was tremendous there. Moved in and took the Saints off the game. Obviously the severity of the tackle forcing the ball from Pickavance's hands. And now Jim Fallon, limited touches for this ex-Bath wingman. Looks as though he got a crack on the top of the head there as Loughlin and Vivers, 2 St Helens veterans, came in to tackle him. The referee moving in, he stops the clock. Sonny Nicol there, the last to get up. And Bobby Golding being spoken to, he's the captain. And he's just letting Bobby Golding know that any more hanky-panky, and I'm afraid holding down the ruled, I think it must be Sonny Nicol, the perpetrator. Any more holding down like that, and that's your last warning, you'll be in the sin bin. For Milo, for Leeds. trailing by 10 points to 6. 15 minutes of the first half remaining. Harvey Howard battering his way through. Well, he's lost control. Saints couldn't regain. The referee has allowed play to go on. Leeds still have the possession. He's not waved the tackle count off. As Leeds move it quickly. Richie Ears picked up unceremoniously there. Mercer on the blind side. Is he forced into touch? He is. Solid tackling over on that far side. Scrum down to be formed. Saints head and ball. Leeds forced into touch. Saints physio on there, Jeanette Smith, treating one of the Saints players. Saints have the possession, trying to move it out wide. Steve Prescott. Certainly bounced to the ground there. Innes moved in quickly. David Lyon brings it on the short side. Class player that Craig Innes, moved in well, took him down. Now it's Nickel, the big forward. But the referee, he wants the captain of Leeds, Gary Schofield. He's not happy with the little bit of jiggery-pokery going on at the play of the ball. Alan Tate, James Law's involved, and Saints have the penalty. Cunningham out to Perolini. He drives it forward. Some good strong runs from Perolini. And Saints with three injured forwards, Joint, Neal and Fogarty, or three more or less first team forwards. There was a possibility of an injury doubt for Ian Pickavance. Matatia took it well from Golding. He drives again, turns it back. Golding controls it. Golding goes for the line. Solid Leeds tackling. Alan Tate in there along with Schofield. Saints move it out, blindside. Pickavance tried to twist in the tackle. Holroyd got in there, but the ball was released to Matatia. So it's on to Loughlin. Saints are in. The tries awarded. Good handling there by the Saints. Moved the ball out quickly. 27 minutes have gone. Paul Loughlin registers the Saints' third try in the space of 10 minutes. And Saints extend the lead to 14 points to 6, but it was all a matter there of keeping the ball alive, wasn't it? After Leeds had got off to a flyer. 6 points in the first 3 minutes. Holroyd from the centre spot. Kicks it low and hard and deep. Loughlin, the try scorer, coming away with possession. Beavers on the opposite diagonal. A cluster of Leeds players come in. They've got to regain their composure now, Leeds. You've got to get back into it. On the occasions that Saints have been down in the Leeds 20, they've made it count. Unfortunately, Leeds couldn't say the same from when they was down in the Saints 20. Alan Tate gets possession as Golding had chipped it through. Cummins attacked in half. Let's see if Leeds can make it move. Cummins tries to go on his own. Prescott comes in, completes the tackle along with David Lyon. George Mann has lost control. Nickel picks it up. Nickel powers through. He brings it centre field. He's on a diagonal run. He's got Sullivan with him on the outside. Loughlin had come in on the inside. Leeds forced to scramble back. Richie Ears marking up. Sullivan had the possession. Cunningham, live wire hooker. Two live wire hookers there. James Law's involved as well. A penalty to the Saints. Leeds penalised. Infringement at the play of the ball. Golding takes it quickly. Golding's in for a try. He caught the Leeds off guard as the referee pointed to it. Well, I don't think he has. He certainly has. He's moved away. And unfortunately, the Leeds spectators don't like it. Pointer. 18 points to 6. Can Leeds come back from this deficit? That's the question that obviously everybody at Leeds will be asking. Dougie Lawton will be asking his team. Golding makes the necessary adjustment this time. He converts his own goal, his own try, I should say. And Saints run out now, 20 points to 6 in the lead. Saints regain possession from the kickoff. They build up again. They seem to do it all so well, don't they, this afternoon, the Saints. Leeds have got the early score, as I keep saying, but unfortunately they couldn't withstand the barrage of Saints' pressure. And Saints look hungry for it. And a meeting for whoever wins today against Wigan next Sunday. Kieran Cunningham scampering away. Alan Hunt gathers the loose ball. Leeds moving quickly. James Laws, one of the tacklers there, along with Neil Harmon, just come on as a substitution for Harvey Howard. Golding puts the ball up in the air, but it's not gone very far forward. It's still all on. It's loose. Well, Gary Mercer went in for it. Phil Weaver's adjudged to have fouled him before he actually got possession, because Mercer lost possession. But once again, Leeds caught a little bit at 6s and 7s. They have the penalty this time. Graham Holroyd finds touch on the south stand side, and James Laws will restart. Harmon running hard and strong. Ex-Warrington forward. Now for Milo, he's had a good game. Drives again, little squat, stocky, forward. Both him and George Mann run well. Schofield linking there again. He gets the return pass. Schofield, the captain, he's got, in the absence of Ellery Hanley, he's got to try and get the game by the scruff of the neck. 6 minutes to the interval. Leeds trailing by 20 points to 6. You couldn't imagine that, could you? Leeds in second position. Obviously they've got to get something out of this season, just as the Saints have. Holroyd, inside ball to Tate. Tate, through the gap. He's driving for the posts. He's held short. Leeds once again varying the play. Little chip kick through. Is it ushered dead by Prescott? It isn't. Saints will restart. Oh, it is. I do beg your pardon. I thought the referee was running out and Saints were going to restart from the 20. Well, they are. I do beg your pardon. Just getting confused there in all the excitement. That doesn't surprise you either, does it? Cunningham now, a nomination for the Young Player of the Year. And he would be a worthy beneficiary, wouldn't he, if he was chosen at the Man of Steel next Tuesday. But Saints again scamper away. James Laws in at the tackle. Gary Mercer, he's there as well. No, it's Richie Hurst, I beg your pardon, and Gary Schofield. Sonny Nicol in the danger area now. The Saints with the last tackle of this sequence. Bobby Golding going for the one-pointer. Looks wide to me. Yeah, it is. Waved away by the referee, but well worthy of the chance. You're down there. It's the last tackle. It went to Golding. He tried for the one-pointer. Saints still in the lead at 20 points to 6, and a handsome lead, isn't it? 14 points. No doubt Dougie Lawton in his half-time team talk, but that's good. Good handling there as Jim Fallon got it away. Poor tackling by the Saints this time. Got to control the ball, stop the man and ball, take him downstairs and round the chest. But Leeds now break away. Richie Hurst. Out to Schofield. Support wasn't there, but it's there from Tate now. Martin comes in at the tackle. And Tate has been penalised this time for pulling the Saints player down. The penalty going Saints' way. Well, he's gone in the sin bin. Alan Tate, 10 minutes in the sin bin. Obviously, he's tried to cop the referee, but referee Cummins wasn't having anything of it. And it's not very often you see the man or the player in possession going to the sin bin for an infringement. But he held the Saints player down there, or held onto his jersey, pulled him down. Saints had the penalty, made good yardage. Now it's with Parolini. 3 minutes to the interval and counting. Saints in the lead, 20 points to 6. Pickavance in possession. Laws and Mercer quickly in. Both Laws and Mercer get through a host of tackling, don't they? Sonny Nickel, he powers forward. 10 metres from the line. Cunningham at dummy half. Now with Golding, chips it through. Leeds are taken in the ring goal area. They'll have to drop out from between the sticks against the breeze. Loughlin lets it bounce, gathers it, drives it up to the 20. Can Saints finish with a flourish? Prescott from dummy half. He turned in the tackle, but he's wrestled to the floor by SNA for Milo. Golding drawing the defence in. Out to David Lyon. David Lyon with a man on his outside, but that's good tackling there by Cummins. Held him man and ball, spread his arms round Lyon's chest. Cunningham. If Lyon could have got that away to Hunt, it would have been a certain 4-pointer. That was good tackling. Golding slips it inside. Innes tidies it up. Can Saints cover up? Innes taken by Vivers and Lyon. Oh, he gets it away to Cummins. Can Cummins go all the way? Super cover defence by Saints. Excellent work by Leeds. Innes on the charge. Turns it inside to Schofield. Lofted ball there. Taken by Iro. Iro powering through the line. Turns it inside. Oh, that's a great try. It's not. It's a forward pass. Somebody's in the sin bin. Gary Schofield, 10 minutes in the sin bin. For obviously dissent, chatting to the referee, and that's in the last minute of the first half. Well, we think he's changed it to the red card. Schofield, the captain, must have said something else, and he should know better, shouldn't he? Yes, Schofield got the yellow card, and then he must have carried on yapping, and we seem to think he's got the red card. Just a little bit difficult from our vantage point picking it out, but we'll find out at half-time. And the captain should know better, shouldn't he? Obviously he's up against the Kosh, with his side trailing by 20 points to 6. But there's the half-time hooter. It shows you how quick that was. But both teams go in, and Leeds will come out at least 2 men short for the resumption of the second half. They got off to a flyer. Cummins scored in the 2nd minute. Ulroy goaled it. Saints were up against the Kosh. 6 points to 0. Leeds were down. Then in the 17th minute, a Prescott try. Saints were on the board, and that was unconverted. 3 minutes later, Matatia in for a try after a lovely work by Golding. He goaled it, the try. Saints in the lead for the first time at 10 points to 6. Loughlin scores into the corner 7 minutes later, and then 4 minutes again after Leeds had been penalised. Golding took a quick tap, he converted his own try, and that's the half-time score. Leeds trailing by 20 points to 6. Tate in the sin bin after 37 minutes, and we think Schofield, controversially or not, sent off just before the interval. So that's the half-time score. Leeds 6, St Helens 20. 12 men. They're going to be down to 11 men for about 7 minutes. As Tate's in the sin bin. 2 influential players there, Tate and Schofield. Before we get away, once again, may I give many thanks to Irene. She's a Scouser who follows rugby league, She stands behind the sticks at Nosey Road, the clubhouse end. Always at home there she stands. I don't know where she stands when she's away. Very rarely misses a match. And she kindly provided me with some clipboards, especially with my clipboards being a little bit shot at. I've not started using them yet, Irene. I'll wait till next season, but thanks once again, Irene, my favourite Scouser. We're ready for action. Steve Prescott there, limbering up. Bobby Golding ready to get us on. It's to decide who meets the Pie Eaters at Old Trafford next Sunday. Leeds receive. They're playing with the breeze. Mercer, lovely inside ball. Leeds off to a flying start. Must be said, Leeds only have 11 men for at least the first 7 minutes. Saints have got to get into them, but Leeds, obviously, they've got to buckle down, put everything in, pull all the stops out, and see if they can bring back some of this deficit. Harmander crying out for support as he powered downfield. Mercer gives the dummy. Martin takes him and Loughlin. Saints penalised for offside. Super tackle there on Mercer as Martin and Loughlin came in. Leeds take it quickly. Harmon now 5 metres from the line. Pickavance in with Cunningham. Substitute for Silikopoulos on at half time. George Mann turned it inside to Urs. Urs now on an arcing run into that top right hand corner. George Mann going for the corner. Is he short? George Mann, is he in? It's the try. Super try there by Leeds, and the start they needed. A minute and a half of the second half has gone. They start off as they did in the first half. A try early on in the piece, and no doubt now Bobby will have his side fired up. I don't know who'll have taken the captaincy over at Leeds, with Schofield being sent off. So Golding restarts, deep kick, and Leeds will build up again. Excellent work by Harmon in that build up for that try. And Leeds hit the straps just as they've got to do. Well, was the man tackled? Obviously not. He got up, he drove away. Saints have got to regain or retain their composure. Just cool it down, but it's now with Mercer. Breaks out to the first line of defence. Matatea comes in. The severity of the tackle, he lost possession, it went forward. Saints come up with it. Golding onto Loughlin. Loughlin breaks through the referee. Well, he's given a forward pass, difficult for us to see from our angle. But right on the halfway line there, as Golding took control of the game, took it out to Loughlin. He broke through the cover defence, was reeled forward, Leeds out possession from the scrum feed, and Fallon comes across, gets it to Iro. Leeds are breaking quickly, they're lining up on the outside. Good tackling there. Beavers in along with David Lyon. But Leeds are exposing this Saints defence early in the second half. Saints scrambling to defend. George Mann blindside, out to Iro. Iro drives again. Oh, Iro's the corner. 2 tries in the space of 3 minutes, and certainly Leeds are not sunk. 20 points to 14 now, but great work Leeds. Being pulled back for a forward pass to Bobby. Took it to Paul Loughlin. One possession from the scrum, took it cross field. Some strong running by the Leeds forward. Leeds have come out with a vengeance. I wouldn't have liked to Dougie like that to of effort, a great 6 points to Leeds. It now makes them just 4 points behind at 16 points to 20. Come back by Leeds in the second half. As I said at the opening, as Gary Schofield has been sensationally sent off as he shot Leeds in the foot. Obviously not. Still 11 men. Maybe back on now is Alan Tate. I don't know, he must be due back on. He's there on the touchline, just warming up. Man Leeds take 10 points out of the Saints in the drop. That's enabled them to move down there into that attacking position. But Leeds, the ball's loose. Did it go back? Fallon has it, I think. Oh, it's Cummins, I beg your pardon. Cummins just has it. Leeds with the bit between the teeth. Back to their full complement of 12 players. That's the most they're going to have on for this second half. And
Let's go!
Pickavant's in possession for the Saints. Cunningham attacked in half-back. Just apologise for a temporary blockage in your sound there. Just a little problem with the microphone. But Saints trailing by 30 points to 20. It's been a rampant Leeds in this second half. As they still drive through, Fallon, I think it was Cummins, I beg your pardon. George Mann at dummy half. Now it's with Mercer. The Kiwi running rampant. Turns it back inside and Leeds keeping the ball going. Alan Tate, a big hit there off Pickavant's. Finally wrapped up by Perolini. Vasilakopoulos at the acting half-back position. Leeds move it right. Strong wide out running there. Neil Harmon heavily involved. And Leeds certainly hitting the straps, aren't they? Trailing 20 points to 6 at half-time, and what a comeback. They lead now by 30 points to 20. Can the Saints show the character that they have? We know they have it, but obviously the wheels have fell off it at half-time. Leeds with one of the rare mistakes in this second half, losing possession. A scrum down with the Saints feed. 14 minutes of the game remaining. Saints trailing by 30 points to 20, and Leeds rampant in this second half. Saints not being able to get over the whitewash. Bobby Golding, he feeds the scrum, moves it out. Mark Elia coming in, first receiver. George Mann and Gary Mercer, 3 Kiwis together there. Beavers. David Lyon breaks the tackle. Lyon turns inside. Steve Prescott in and out. Turns the Leeds defence inside out there, up to the Leeds 20. Beavers want to quick play the ball. He moves it right. Bobby Golding. Chris Morley straightens it up, turns in the tackle, tries to break through this watertight Leeds defence. Nickel, rampaging run. Nickel drives for the line. He's held just short there, just a yard or so short. Leeds lined up on their own line. Can Saints get over? They certainly need a try and a goal to put them back in with a sniff. Lyon, support there. Loughlin, Sullivan on his outside. Can Sullivan squeeze in? The try's given. I think the referee's pointed to it. No, the tackle there was completed. He was forced into touch. Just getting a little bit to block there from our vantage position. But it must have been a super Leeds cover defence there as the ball was spread across. Golding out to Loughlin, out to Sullivan, and super defence by Leeds come in and forced him into touch. 30 points to 20 the score. 13 minutes remaining. Both teams, as I said before, without their inspirational captains, the regular captains, Hanley and Cooper. Jim Fallon coming in. First man in, Elia takes him, Loughlin comes round, and Leeds there pegged inches from their own line. Fallon plays it to himself. Saints marker system had just fell to pieces. Iro breaks through the defence, breaks again, takes some holding on to this man. Took Leeds 40 odd minutes to get their act together. Lowe's to Familo. Perolini takes him. Kieran Cunningham in there. Ian Pickavant. And Leeds spreading it right. Drop off ball to Tate from Mercer. He runs across to the main stand side here at Headingley. And the Saints tackling has just fell to pieces in this second period. It's virtually been non-existent as Leeds have run rampant. They're on again, breaking quick on the left. Cummins, can he squeeze through? The referee has brought them back for a forward pass, I think. David Lyon wants to take it quickly. Must have been a forward pass on the sixth tackle. Alan Hunt. The ball going loose, back to Pickavant. He's well taken. Neil Harmon quickly in. I beg your pardon, it was Mark Elia, not Pickavant. Now it's Chris Morley. Mercer takes him. Paul Loughlin from the acting half-back position, runs deep. Up to the halfway line, nearly broke out of the tackle. Wants to get up quickly and play it quickly. Now it's with Pickavant. James Lowe's in there along with Harmon. Saints certainly need a try to get them back on course, if we can say. Trailing by 10 points with only 10 minutes remaining. Sonny Nickel tries to push the tacklers off. Craig Innes, the man there, completed that tackle. Golding puts the tester up, putting pressure on Tate. The ball's loose, it's come back. Well, that man's offside, surely. He's given the scrum down with the Saints feed. He's given that the ball was knocked forward by the Leeds player before the Leeds player came and picked it up in an offside position. So it's a chance now, and probably a first chance for the Saints to get points on the board in this second half. 30 points to 20 they trail. Golding takes it blindside. Prescott inside to Alan Hunt. Hunt's in! Yes, that's just what the Saints needed. Alan Hunt jeers the crowd at the back there, urges them on. He says, that's what we needed. Come on, you Saints, he says. Let's get it back into action. Young Golding will want to pop this ball over, pop this conversion, but 10 minutes from the final hooter. Alan Hunt gets Saints' first try of the second period. Alan Hunt's the leading Saints try scorer this season, 29 touchdowns now. If Bobby Golding can pop this over, then the Saints will just be trailing by one converted, one try. Not a converted try, obviously. But Bobby Golding, 76, where the Saints won on aggregate 33 points to 9. Can the Saints show the character that we know they have got? And can Leeds keep up the impetus and drive it forward? 30 points to 26 the score. 8 minutes remaining. And there's going to be a lot of tight bottoms on seats around this Headingley arena. There's no danger about that. And I can't see anybody leaving the ground. A great display by both sides this afternoon. But obviously, as they say, it's been a game of two halves. It's been all the Saints in the first half, and it's been all Leeds in the second half. And it shouldn't have been that way, because the Leeds came out for the second period with only 11 players. It was 7 minutes before Tate came back on after being sin-binned, and Gary Schofield was sent off sensationally a minute before the half-time interval for dissent. Originally yellow carded, and then changed to a red card. The referee coming, stamping his importance on the game. Now it's with Golding, puts a tester up there. Saints are following it up. The ball spilled. Can Saints capitalise on it? Did he touch a Leeds man? Has the referee waved the tackle count? He hasn't. David Lyon puts it down. Lyon turns it back inside. Leeds come up with possession. Obviously the referee had adjudged that the Leeds player hadn't touched it, or he was still counting the tackle as the sixth. David Lyon must have looked at him. He's not waved it off, and Leeds have the possession back. George Mann, he'll be pleased with his afternoon's work this afternoon. Scored the opening try in the second period. Gary Mercer there running hard and strong, and it's a pity they couldn't have run as hard and strong at Wembley a week or so ago against the Pie Eaters. I fancied Leeds to be a really strong team, and certainly they could have taken the cup from Wigan. But obviously they didn't do it on the day. A lot of players there that didn't come up to expectation, unfortunately, as we know what they can do. The tester there as Iro comes in on Steve Prescott, but didn't he take it calm? And Prescott's off on a run down the south stand side. 10 metres short of the halfway line. Morley from the acting half-back position. Up to the halfway. Saints again, they've got to keep the ball moving. There's 6 minutes remaining. Anthony Sullivan, if he could have just squozen in at that corner just minutes before, he was forced into touch, some good tackling, but now it's Elia, and Saints are clawing away at this Leeds yardage, aren't they? Up to the Leeds 20. Cunningham at dummy half. Golding along the line. Vivers out to Loughlin. Loughlin chips it through for David Lyon. Well, Leeds all at 6s and 7s. Is the ball loose? Is the man injured? Well, he's holding his head there, as if he's taking a knock. Alan Tate, is it? No, beg your pardon. Yes, it is Alan Tate, I do beg your pardon. But Leeds in their own in-goal area. Holroyd holding him up as Parolini and Phil Vivers. They hold Holroyd up, force him over into his own in-goal area. And Leeds are forced to drop out between the sticks. Yes, unfortunately at Wembley the other week, Hanley, Schofield, Mercer didn't play up to the potential I thought they would have done, but they're showing the true grit this afternoon. They're getting back in the swing. They come back from a 20 points to 6 half-time deficit to lead now by 30 points to 26, and Saints have only got on the board 10 minutes before the full-time hooter. We're now in the last 5 minutes. Prescott for the Saints in possession. Beavers at dummy half. Alan Hunt on a diagonal run, looking for that chink in the Leeds armour, and Hunt still turning in the tackle. 30 metres out. Cunningham attacked in half. Elia used as the foil as Cunningham took it to himself. It's straight in front of the sticks. Beavers now moves it to Golding on a diagonal run. Golding nearly overrunning Chris Morley, nearly causing an obstruction. But Morley takes up the acting half-back position. Can he squeeze in? Can he push off the defenders? Harvey Howard back on. He holds him out. Saints now got to get points on the board. Golding chips it through. The ball's gone dead. Did it come off a Leeds player? We'll see what the referee says. He says it has. It's going to be a drop out from between the sticks. The referee and the in-goal touch judge there is Golding putting pressure on the Leeds line in the last 4 minutes. 4 points separating the sides. Saints should get possession from this dropout, and it's essential that they get points on the board. And it's got to be a converted try if the Saints want to win, because I think if the match is drawn, with the final being next Sunday, we're going to have to play 15 minutes each way of extra time. Sullivan. George Mann takes him down. Cunningham at dummy half. Brings it blindside. Mark Elia powers through. Been a revelation in his second period at St Helens as Mark Elia. Beavers. Short ball, Loughlin. Out to Alan Hunt. Good tackling there as Cummins came in. Closed Alan Hunt down. Now it's Nickel. Powerful second row forward. Great Britain international. Taken down there by Vasilakopoulos, Holroyd and Richie Ayres. Golding shows the ball. Lofted pass. Taken by Chris Morley. Ducks under the tackle. Morley breaks out. Now it's with Golding has the possession. Golding chips it through. He's got a favourable rebound, but he couldn't take it. He knocked on right in front of the referee. It had bounced up off a Leeds player, and then he couldn't control it. But he's in at the tackle. Golding again on Mercer. Leeds have it at present. They're going to hold it tight, aren't they? Harmon, good strong run. Pickermans misses the tackle. Nickel doesn't. He bounces him to the earth. Pickermans marks up behind Sonny Nickel. James Lowe's at dummy half. This is going to be a memorable win for Leeds if they do come away with the spoils. Deep kick, foul touch right in that bottom corner. That's one hell of a kick, isn't it? A real pressure relieving kick in the last minute, and I think that Saints now they can't really rescue this game. Right on their own try line. The scrum's going to be formed 10 metres in and 10 metres from the try line. 30, 20, 60 trail. They have the possession from the scrum. It's going to have to be a full length. We have the players that can do it, but I'm sure Leeds have the cover defence that can also stop them. Nickel, Golding keeps it going. Loughlin, Sullivan on his outside. Loughlin has to take the tackle. Sullivan at dummy half. It's going to be a bit of inspirational work by the Saints now. They're moving up. Can they break this tight Leeds defence? Not with passes like that, they can't. It's recovered. Parolini, I think it is the big man that's driving. He's taken by George Mann. 40 minutes gone on my watch. Beavers out to Golding. Short ball there. Saints keep it going. That certainly looked a hint forward. On to Loughlin, and the referee's picked it up. He says it was forward. No complaints about that. And that could be the last chance for the Saints. Scrum down, Leeds feed. Vasilakopoulos. Holroyd will feed it. Vasilakopoulos slipped in there. And Holroyd out. Leeds keep it going. Alan Tate has the ball knocked out of his hand there. Steve Prescott gathers it. Now Prescott on a run. He beats Tate. He beats Lowes. David Lyon wants a quick play the ball. Have we got another twist in this game? Can the Saints come through with it? We're playing in stoppage time. 1 minute of stoppage time. We did have that injury to Tommy Martin where he was carried off as Golding chips it for the corner. Fallon takes it. That certainly wasn't up to Bobby Golding's standards, but Fallon comes away with it. Vivas completes the tackle, but he gets the ball away to Laws. Laws spins out to the tackle. Nickel completes it. A penalty there to Leeds. Saints flopping, and that must be the last throw of the dice as far as Saints are concerned. I'm sure we'll reflect on this game, looking at the 20 points to 6 score at half-time. All credit to Leeds. They came out with only 11 men, and in the first 4 minutes they got 10 points. Then Tate came back on, and there's the final hooter. A great win for Leeds. They go into the Premiership final next Sunday against the old Pie Eaters, and they're hoping to stop Wigan from completing the Grand Slam. Leeds have never been beaten in a Premiership final. They were winners in 1975, as I said, which was the inaugural Premiership final, and 1979. It's 16 years that Leeds last contested a Premiership final. And obviously they just had the small matter of beating the Saints today. They've done it. The final score here at Leeds, a great win for the Loiners. Leeds 30, Saints 26.